At the end of the day, I gave this little guy an opportunity. He should be thanking me. I'm paying him. I'm his boss. He reports to me, and I'm going to fucking son him on November 14th. So fuck you, little man.
It is happening. WBA lightweight champion Gervonta Davis, who's unbeaten in 31 professional contests, takes on the self-proclaimed problem child, Jake Paul, one of the most influential and marketable global personalities.
It's interesting, right? Like, you don't know whether someone's ever going to be able to figure that out, or whether or not he's just going to keep cracking people.
Yeah.
You know, so it's part of the fun of watching it. I've talked to a lot of like real boxing purists. It's like, you can't rely on that style.
Right.
He's got to be busier. When he gets to the best guys, it's not going to work out. Like, well, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see, because there's so many good guys.
Gervonta Tank Davis is sending a chilling message without saying a single word. While the world speculates about a fight with Jake Paul, the footage of his training camp has left even Joe Rogan utterly stunned.
Oh yeah.
Powerful. He's so vicious. Like, his one punch power at 135 is like nobody else's in the division. Like, the way he starches people is crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
He gets so much torque and power into his punches, and he's so fast that he covers ground, and his uppercuts, they're just devastating.
He's preparing for a fight against Jake Paul that many are calling a circus. But Tank's brutal methods prove one thing: he's taking this more seriously than anyone imagined. He's not just training to win, he's training to erase any doubt that he is the best. But what Rogan saw in that training goes beyond simple. This isn't a payday, it's a demolition job, and Gervonta is sharpening the tools to end the debate for good. The moment the images surfaced, the entire fight community was stunned. There was Gervonta Tank Davis, the lightweight king known for his lean, explosive frame, suddenly looking like a completely different animal. Joe Rogan's eyes widened in disbelief. This wasn't just a fighter in shape. This was a man who had packed on an unbelievable amount of dense muscle. He was bulked up to a degree that seemed almost unnatural for a fighter who typically weighs in at a trim 135 pounds. Rogan, who regularly analyzes athletes, was visibly taken aback.
Yeah. Tank is one of the most interesting fighters to watch, because he's so different. His style is so different. You know, he's so economical. Like, he puts pressure on guys without throwing too many punches, and then starts to figure holes out, and the way he can explode and move in with one shot, my God.
Yeah, he very explosive. He's very explosive, and, you know, man, he be cracking them dudes. Hey, he be putting them to sleep.
Just cracking people.
You know, he got the skills, the power, he got the ring IQ to do good, but we haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, he's also wild. He's a wild fella, so he's fun to watch. You know, he's just a crazy dude. You know?
Yeah, coming from Baltimore, man, I think that's just his upbringing as well. You know, product of his own environment.
Yes, for sure. He's just so unique in his approach. Like, you know, he doesn't fight like anybody else.
For him to be surprised, you know something extraordinary is going on. But what made the scene even stranger was Tank's own behavior. Instead of flaunting his monstrous new build, he seemed to almost hide it, often folding his arms to obscure his torso. It was a bizarre display of confidence mixed with something else, something that hinted at a deeper, more calculated game being played. This shocking new body was just the first sign that this fight was unlike any other.
If I get him where I need him to be, he's gonna sleep for sure. Soften him up, then fry him. some fighters they good at what they do. Like they master at what they do, but they not complete fighters. Some of them have speed, some of them have just power, some of them just have footwork, but they don't have the whole thing. I believe I have the whole package. I mean, that's what makes me a good boxer.
To understand the controversy, you have to look at the numbers, and the numbers are absolutely insane. Gervonta Davis is a champion in the lightweight division. Jake Paul, on the other hand, typically fights as a cruiserweight.
Paul and Davis square off in Miami after doubts around the fight being sanctioned in Georgia triggered a change in venue. Neither fighter can weigh more than 195 pounds. The weight is perhaps the most surprising factor. Paul has boxed most of his career around 200 pounds, the cruiserweight limit, but did tip the scales at 227 pounds when he faced off against Iron Mike Tyson last year. Davis, much smaller in stature, competes at the 135 pound mark and has also won world honours at super featherweight.
The proposed catch weight for this exhibition was a staggering 195 pounds. That's a 60-pound difference. In boxing, a gap like that isn't just a disadvantage, it's considered a different division of fighter.
I gotta ask you, Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis. Does Davis have a chance?
Gervonta is a great boxer, but he ain't gonna do.
So you got Jake Paul by knockout, or?
No, I don't got anybody, but I don't think
he's just too small.
It just I don't want to beat up somebody that small. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying?
What do you think of the fight?
I don't want to lose to somebody that. There's no point in the fight. It's a great fight, actually. I'm not hating on the fight, but I think my thoughts on it is let's watch and see what happens.
It was revealed that both fighters would use 12-ounce gloves, which is significantly heavier than what Tank is used to.
The Jake Paul versus Tank fight is getting really weird. Gervonta looks scared for his life because the rules are out. They're crazy. Oh, so everyone thought that the fight was at 190. Instead it's at 195, and this weight difference is scaring the life out of little Tank.
Over 10 3-minute rounds.
I said it was 190.
The next dispute comes with the gloves. Little Tank is used to fighting in 8-ounce gloves. Baby glove. This fight will be in 12. Hands might be too small. Also, Tank just fought in a 12 3-minute round fight against Roach. Yes, and now he's fighting in 10 3-minute rounds, which isn't too bad. Well done, Jake. Exhibition though, can he win? Yes, he can actually win. It will be overlooked by 3 sanctioned judges. So he can actually still win and knock him out. But here's the trick. It's body punches only. And there's a reason. That's because Tank said, look, this is a bit unfair. I don't want to punch up. I want to punch at my head height. Where does it fall? At Jake Paul's belly. Oof. So apparently we've heard there's no knockdown rules, but aside from that, it's a pretty well-rounded fight. Oh yeah, and there's some drug testing involved. But Jake Paul for the win.
For a power puncher like Davis, whose speed is his greatest weapon, heavier gloves slow down his hands and provide more padding for his much larger opponent. Even Tank's own trainer, Calvin Ford, expressed deep concern, stating that gloves that heavy change everything about a fighter's timing and defensive strategy. But the speculation didn't stop there. Rumors began to swirl that Tank's camp had requested a body punches only rule, a concession so extreme it would turn a boxing match into a glorified sparring session. With rules this skewed, it became clear that this wasn't about a fair fight.
My only concern is, you know, the gloves. You understand what I'm saying? Because we don't fight in 12-ounce gloves. We don't use 12-ounce gloves. That's training gloves, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's 2 pounds away from Jake. He fights in 10s. Tank fighting 8s, so he losing 4 ounces. So my thing is, I said, they said, put Tank in 8s, put him in 10s. That makes the fight more interesting, you know what I'm saying? And we'll go from there because I understand.
According to Joe Rogan, the answer is simple: Jake Paul. Rogan has long argued that what Paul does isn't pure sport, it's a masterclass in promotion. He isn't trying to climb the ranks and win legitimate world titles. Instead, he creates spectacles. He engineers bizarre matchups that capture the imagination of the casual viewer, the person who doesn't care about sanctioning bodies or weight classes, but will tune in to see something crazy.
My opinion is, I just want to say, in case someone calls me into court, I'm an idiot and I don't know nothing. And don't take my advice.
I love the Saudis.
Don't take my opinion.
I love the Israeli government. I love everybody.
That had nothing to do with them. That was Jake Paul promoting it. You know, it's just like,
but
doesn't bother me.
There's compromising the sport, and that's like bad. It's just like
if I bet on it,
watching it with people who are so in on it, and then also man, the sports betting apps, they introduced like chat apps in them in Australia, so it's like they're trying to take the place of social media companies where you go together and you meet your friends. Like betting should be exciting enough without having a weird.
They're just trying to draw you in. They're just trying to make money, right? So they're trying to draw you in.
All the talk about betting lines, the wild press conferences, the social media drama, it's all part of a carefully crafted marketing machine designed to generate headlines.
Do we think the fight is ridiculous between you and Jake Paul? Yes. Are we gonna watch it? Yeah. Do we like it? Maybe. Maybe. And let me tell you why it's maybe, why it's not no, why it's not yes. It's maybe because many of us, we just don't believe it. We just don't believe the fight is real. We know it's an exhibition, but we just don't believe that you two are going to try to take each other's heads off. Other than that, it's kind of interesting. You have a 5'5" lightweight versus a heavyweight Jake Paul, who's really not a boxer with an amateur background and all that shit, but he's been knocking people out. It's kind of interesting if we know y'all were trying to knock each other's head off.
Jake Paul's true talent isn't in his right hook, it's in his unparalleled ability to stay in the spotlight.
Bro, what is this production?
Oh!
Boxing is simply the stage he uses to build his brand, and this matchup with Gervonta Davis was shaping up to be his greatest promotional stunt yet. But while Paul played the promoter, seasoned experts within the boxing world began sounding the alarm bells, warning that this spectacle was crossing a dangerous line. Legendary analyst Teddy Atlas didn't mince words, stating that because of the massive height and reach difference, Gervonta Davis would need a ladder just to reach Jake Paul's chin.
Right. They should also have like the size of the ring, the size of the glove, all that stuff. Particulars should be in the contract. But I would probably look for one thing that is not the common thing to have in a contract if I'm Tank. A ladder. A ladder. Can I get a ladder? Somebody? You know what I mean? Hey, look, if he hits him on the chin the way he can punch.
He compared the absurdity of the matchup to the scene in Rocky III, where Rocky Balboa fights the gigantic wrestler Hulk Hogan.
Wrestling champion of the world.
The biggest arm in the world. This is for fun, so take it easy and give him a good show.
Listen, after the match, how about if we get a Polaroid together, okay?
You're in trouble, man.
Okay. That hurt, right?
Don't mess with me.
How's that? Okay? Not bad, huh?
UFC President Dana White echoed the sentiment, blasting Paul for his continuous pattern of cherry-picking opponents, accusing him of avoiding fighters his own size to stack the deck in his favor.
Is the burnt bridge with my brother unfixable?
I don't hate your brother. You guys need to fight guys your same size. When you fought Floyd, you are massive. He did hit you with a fucking bomb, and you fucking ate it. He's gonna fight Gervonta Davis.
Who do you got?
Gervonta, I think, hits way harder than Floyd, but he's too small. Your brother's gonna be able to get inside on him, put his weight on him, tie him up.
I hear your critique on fighting guys the same size as you. Is that why you guys wouldn't let me fight Conor?
Yeah, you're fucking huge. Conor weighs 145 pounds, 155 pounds.
Yeah, but he says he can beat me.
The consensus among the experts was clear. This wasn't just a mismatch, it was a potentially dangerous exhibition that made a mockery of the very structure of boxing. With so much criticism from legends of the sport, the question on everyone's mind was why? Why would a reigning champion like Gervonta Davis, a man at the peak of his powers, even entertain such a risky and controversial fight? The answer, it seems, is the most shocking part of this entire story. Whispers of Tank's retirement began to grow louder. He had openly expressed his disillusionment with the sport, even calling boxing dead due to a lack of loyalty and endless politics. Then came the confirmation from his own corner. Trainer Calvin Ford admitted that Davis chose the Jake Paul fight for one simple reason: the astronomical purse. It was a business decision, plain and simple. He was opting for a life-changing payday over a legacy-defining rematch with another top contender.
And I brought that question up to one of his handlers. They was, no, we don't want to do no mismatch. It's supposed to be an expedition. What, you know, now y'all want the wins and the loss. You know what I'm saying? All these prescriptions, but you want to be great. Being great is really pushing the envelope. You know what I'm saying? You know, Tank don't really care, you know? So when I brought this up, he said, dang, facts. You know what I'm saying? So, again, you know, he can weigh the 10s and we weigh the 8s. Then we got to fight.
This single decision forced the world to see Tank in a new light. Was he selling his incredible legacy for one last massive cash grab? But before anyone could write him off as just another athlete chasing a paycheck, it's crucial to remember the absolute monster he is inside the ropes. Gervonta Davis isn't just a champion, his highlight reel is a gallery of destruction against elite competition. Think back to his fight against Leo Santa Cruz, a 4-division world champion. For 6 rounds, it was a tactical war, but it ended in an instant with one of the most brutal uppercuts in boxing history. A knockout so clean, it became an instant classic.
That guy's so unusual. Yeah. His style's so unusual, and his patience.
The Leo Santa Cruz fight was really something for me, because Leo Santa Cruz is a technician, Mexican style, and the fight was very close before Tank stopped him. But he has that power that can end it.
He finds these openings, and he sees them, but he doesn't go after them right away. He waits for the right time. He's so patient. Like when you watch the early rounds of his fights, he probably has the lowest punch count in the early round. But he also knows he's got that nuclear option. That if he can crack you, most likely he's going to take you out. He's got massive confidence in that.
Then there was his move up in weight to face the much larger Mario Barrios. After a few rounds of figuring out the size difference, Tank adapted, dropped him multiple times, and finished him, proving he could carry his power against bigger men.
When the fight with Tank was brought up to me, I knew on a boxing level I could compete with him. I have boxing IQ. And so I was able to show that against somebody like him. It's just something I'm very proud of. Yeah, I lost that one, but I showed that I belong at that level. I knew I was gonna be able to like bounce back from it, even stronger and smarter. I'm proud.
And of course, there was the mega fight against Ryan Garcia, a masterclass in psychological warfare and surgical power. He weathered Garcia's early speed, then broke him down with a perfectly timed left hook to the body that shut him down completely.
What's the pain on the liver punches?
It's a horrible feeling where it like shocks your body.
Let me say, Joe.
Your body goes like, they hit you with a left hook. Most likely they'd be hitting you in the liver. And it's like right where these floating ribs are, your body just goes, it just fucking shuts down.
That single punch drew comparisons to the legendary Oscar De La Hoya's defeat at the hands of Bernard Hopkins. Even in his toughest fights, like against the relentless Isaac Pitbull Cruz who dragged him into a 12-round war, Tank showed he had the heart and stamina to match his power. This is the fighter Joe Rogan has called a superstar, a man with a presence that is simply terrifying. And all this skill was forged in the harshest of circumstances, as Tank rose from extreme poverty in Baltimore to become a world champion. This backstory adds a complicated layer to his decision. It isn't just greed, but perhaps a desire to secure a future for his family that was once unimaginable. What we are witnessing is bigger than just one fight. It's the culmination of a trend that has been slowly taking over combat sports. This is the new battlefield, the hard-earned legacy of a world champion versus the massive, undeniable power of social media clout. We saw a preview of this when Floyd Money Mayweather, one of the greatest defensive boxers of all time, stepped into the ring with Logan Paul. The event shattered pay-per-view expectations, proving that a massive online following could be more valuable than a perfect professional record.
Did you fight Floyd or something?
Yeah.
Did he pay you to lose?
Nah,
What happened?
he didn't pay me. I wish you'd pay me.
How much you owe you?
Probably between 2 and 3.
Yeah.
You got it on you by any chance?
I have in Nigerian money. I'll give you 10 million in Nigerian money. That's about $1,100. So is that your only loss, was Floyd?
No, I didn't lose. It was an exhibition, so there's no loser.
There's no loser in exhibition?
No.
So you both are winners? It's like a tie. That's not a good feeling. It's like tongue kissing your sister or something. It's not a great feeling.
Now, elite fighters like Gervonta Davis are faced with an impossible choice. Spend years fighting dangerous top-tier opponents for a fraction of the pay, or take the easy money fighting an influencer for a purse that can set up their family for generations. But there's a terrifying risk involved that only the professional fighter has to face. For Jake Paul, A loss is just a bump in the road, another chapter in his content journey. For Gervonta Davis, a loss isn't just a mark on his record, it's a career-ending humiliation that would permanently tarnish his legacy. He is betting everything he has ever worked for against a man who, in the eyes of the boxing world, has nothing to lose. That same ferocious spirit Tank shows in the ring is now on full display outside of it, as he takes on not just Jake Paul, but his own fans and the other fighters in his division. The drama has been amplified by a bitter war of words with his chief rival, the undefeated Shakur Stevenson. Their heated exchanges on social media highlight the legitimate, legacy-defining fights that Tank is seemingly passing up, which has only fueled the criticism. In response to the backlash from fans questioning his choice to fight Paul, Gervonta's reaction was defiant and angry.
So what do you say to those who might be saying that, Tank is afraid of Shakur?
Afraid of what? He'll have no offense. Everything is defense. What has Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him. Who that? The Keyshawn.
He made it clear that he doesn't care about public opinion, stating that he's going to make the decisions that are best for him, regardless of what anyone thinks. This defiance reveals a man at a crossroads, under immense pressure and choosing to handle it by lashing out, pushing away the very boxing world he once conquered. This entire saga, the shocking physique, the skewed rules, the expert warnings, and Tank's own motivations. We are watching the lines blur between authentic competition and lucrative entertainment in real time. The Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul matchup represents a crossroads. Is this a dangerous farce that disrespects the integrity of the sport? Or is it simply the new reality? A world where a fighter's brand, their social media following, and their ability to generate headlines have become more valuable than a championship belt. What happens next could set a precedent for years to come, leaving every fan and fighter to wonder if the soul of boxing is being sold to the highest bidder. So, that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.